Hello, this is Sim Racing Corner, and today is a tutorial I know a lot of you have been looking forward to, so sorry for the wait. I'm going to show you how to turn a Nextion screen into a dashboard display using SimHub, and after you've watched this video you'll discover it is actually very easy with no special technical skill required. So I hope you find this useful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And all you need is two pieces of hardware, the Nextion screen and a serial to USB adapter, and of course the SimHub software, which you can download for free. I've put links in the description to all the hardware featured in this tutorial. I have three sizes of the Nextion screen here, just so you have an idea what they look like and the scale. But we'll only be using one of these today. When you do buy your Nextion screen, you will get the cables as well. The serial to USB adapter is shown at the bottom of the screen. If you do buy a different brand of adapter, make sure it is Windows 10 compatible, as some will not work. So if you're not certain, make sure you check with the seller first. So I'll be using the largest one I have, which is the 4.3-inch Nextion. Also, there are many more dashboard display templates for the 4.3-inch size screen, so it's probably the best one to go with. The first thing to do is to attach the cable plug to the Nextion. Take note, the cables are colour coded. Red is for power, black is the ground, and the other two cables are for data. If you take a close look at the board, it is properly labelled for each wire. And now if we examine the serial to USB adapter, it too is labelled. So all we need to do now is match the corresponding plug at the end of each wire to the pins on the adapter. Make sure the red wire goes to the 5 volt and not the 3.3 volt pin, and double check, triple check maybe, that you do have that red and that black cable going to the correct pins. If you get that wrong, if you mix it up, there is a risk of damaging the hardware. The last two wires labelled TX and RX. So this is an easy mistake to make, so listen carefully. The TX wire from the Nextion actually goes to the RX pin on the serial to USB adapter, and likewise the RX wire goes to the TX pin. So remember that, basically the opposite way round than you would expect. If you're unable to establish a data connection later on, it's probably because you didn't follow this instruction. And a final close-up, the wires are correctly attached to the pins on the serial to USB adapter. You can pause the video and follow the colour-coded wires from the Nextion display to the adapter. Now we're ready to plug it into the PC, and it should power on like this. There's a test program installed just to demonstrate your Nextion is working. The display is fully touch sensitive, so you can try that out too. We're going to overwrite this with a dashboard display template of our choosing, so this will be the last time you will see this. The serial to USB adapter will be assigned a COM port. You will need to take a note of this, and you will find this information listed under the Windows Device Manager. For me, it is COM port 10. At this point, make sure you have downloaded and installed SimHub, because now you need to launch the SimHub Nextion editor. Next, click on the open icon and navigate to the Nextion template folder. Here you will find templates to suit different Nextion screen sizes. So of course, make sure you only use the ones appropriate for your Nextion. As I am using the 4.3-inch Nextion, I will use templates in the 4.3 folder. That's easy to remember. I've decided to try out the Porsche 911 dashboard. Now click on the device button and ensure your Nextion display is correctly selected. The corresponding model number is printed on the back of your Nextion circuit board, and also take note of the basic and enhanced models. Basic Nextions have blue circuit boards and enhanced Nextions come with black circuit boards. Now we're going to compile the dashboard for our Nextion screen. Go to File, TFT File Output, and select Output to create the file. The save folder will automatically open on your desktop. Also, you can close the Nextion editor as we are now done with that. Double click your dashboard TFT file to launch the Nextion uploader. Make sure the correct COM port is selected and then click Upload. If you followed the instructions so far, your dashboard will be written to the onboard flash memory on your Nextion display. This will take a minute to upload, and then your Nextion will reset and your dashboard will load up. If you're experimenting with different dashboards and replacing them during the same session, if you get an error during the upload process, reset the Nextion by unplugging the USB and then try uploading again. So we're almost ready. All we need to do now is set up SimHub to communicate with the Nextion. So go to SimHub and then to the Nextion display screen. SimHub can run up to 5 Nextion displays at once. Pick the COM port from the drop-down list. We already know I'm using COM port 10. Now you need to select the dashboard template you uploaded to your Nextion. One thing I forgot to show you here is if you reduce the latency setting, it will increase the frame rate updates to the display, but you do need to have a SimHub license to be able to change this. The free version of SimHub restricts this option. And that's it. So let's run a quick test on track to see it working. We're in a Assetto Corsa competition zone, but the dashboard will work with any driving game SimHub supports. And so that's the tutorial. Not very difficult, just a few steps to follow, and you have yourself a very nice and inexpensive dashboard display. I think a lot of people believe you need an Arduino and get the soldering iron out and get some programming done and all that sort of hard stuff, but that's only required if you want to add LEDs, but not for this basic type of display, so it's very easy. If you are wondering if there is a difference between using the basic and enhanced Nextion, well, I have produced a side-by-side comparison video for that. There's a link at the end of the video and in the video description. I'm using a basic Nextion here with the blue circuit board. And the only thing you need to work out now is how to mount it and maybe get an enclosure for your Nextion. There's plenty of 3D printed enclosure options out there, and I've posted a few of these in the description under the video, so check that out. My job is done here, so I'm off, but I'll let the race run for a little while longer for you to enjoy. I hope you found this useful. Please hit the like if you appreciate my efforts, and thank you for subscribing, and drop comments below the video. I'll be back soon with something new, so stay tuned. Happy simming out there, and bye bye.